Welcome back, disgruntled sports fans. Another week, another top 10. We start the list in Indianapolis. The Cardinals taking on the Colts. Daniel Jones is having a good season this year. But on this play, he has been given the instructions to throw a scripted pick. So check it out. He's got this man open over the middle. Now Daniel Jones is a good enough quarterback. He knows he can flip it right over the top of this Cardinals player, right to his man right here. But he's going to make it look like he doesn't see the Cardinals player standing, right there. And he's just going to throw a dart right to that Cardinals guy. Bro, your man was wide open right here. The Cardinals dude way back here, and you stuck it right in his hands, bro. What are you doing? So Daniel Jones makes it obvious by throwing that scripted pick right to the Cardinals. So here's a play that I bet very few people even noticed that anything was wrong. Check it out. Sam Darnold fades back, and he gets hit as he's throwing the ball. So the ball gets lofted very softly, high in the air. And look, you got this Seahawks guy staring at it, and you got this Jaguars guy staring at it. Now, the game situation right now, the Jags are losing by 8 points. It's the fourth quarter, late in the game. So this Jags defender right here should be doing whatever he can to intercept that ball that was lofted very lightly into the air. Look, it's coming right down in front of him. And watch. Instead of diving for it, he just watches it fall right in front of him. Like, bro, you totally could have intercepted that ball. So he didn't even play pretend football correctly. That was his team's chance to come back and win the game. That was an interception that he let just bounce right in front of him. So check it out. After the ball bounces and is clearly incomplete, it's like someone in his speaker says, "Why didn't you try and intercept that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah!" And then he starts to run with the ball like, dude, it was clearly an incomplete pass. Why are you trying to run with the ball now all of a sudden like it was a live fumble, you idiot? Watch how soft this ball gets lofted. That's like the most easy ball to intercept. So the Jaguars guy should be sprinting towards that ball. He should be selling out for that ball. That is an easy interception. He clearly can see it. And he doesn't make any attempt at it. Just watches it bounce. And then this is the funniest part. Obviously, it's an incomplete pass. Nobody's reacting like it's a live fumble. Of course, it's not a live fumble. But then he starts to run. Like, dude, do you even know what sport you're playing? Do you even know how to play football? This guy clearly isn't even playing pretend football correctly, you guys. So on this play, Zay Flowers is going to be the star of the show with his pretty pink shoes and his nice and fruity gloves. How come nobody else has pretty pink shoes or pink gloves on? How come just the guy named Flowers gets to wear the pink gloves and shoes? Shouldn't uniforms be like, mostly all completely the same? Why does one guy on the field get leeway to wear pretty pink shoes and pink gloves? Personally, I think it's super fruity to wear pink like that. And I know what people are going to say. Oh, well, he wears that because of breast cancer awareness. Oh, really? He wears pretty pink shoes to bring awareness to breast cancer? As if there's anyone in the world who's never heard of breast cancer who becomes aware by looking at this guy's pretty pink shoes and pink gloves. Get out of here. So ridiculous. So let's see what the guy with the pretty pink shoes is going to do on this play. So there Flowers goes, takes the handoff, puts it on the ground. Wow, imagine that! The guy with the pink shoes and the pink gloves can't handle a simple handoff. Now check it out. He's looking right at it. Dude, just fall on it. Just fall on it. It's as easy as just falling down on it. But instead he won't grab it. He does everything but grab it. He falls down but not on it. And he doesn't grab it. And then at the last second when this Rams dude comes in to get it, he makes sure not to grab it with both hands. Like, dude, why is this hand not clutching that ball as hard as possible? So he makes sure to let the Rams have it. Wow, imagine that. The guy with the pretty pink shoes and the pink gloves just so happens to mishandle a simple handoff and can't even fall on it after he mishandles it and puts it on the ground. Good job, Flowers. Good job, Flowers, with your pretty pink shoes and pink gloves. Yeah, we're all aware of breast cancer now because of that guy. All right, y'all. To the best of my knowledge, we have 14 doinks this season. I spotted 2 this week. And this is the most violent doink I have ever seen. I'm going to play it full speed just so you guys can hear the impact when the ball hits the pole. So now that I have shown the play at full speed, now I'm going to show the play at super duper slow motion speed. Y'all know what time it is. Hit it.
Well, I tried to tell you so, but I guess you didn't know. They've been messing with field goals, and there's magnets in the poles. You lied to me. All those field goals I thought were so real. You lied to me. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You lied to me. All those field goals I thought were so real. You lied to me. Now I cry. Now I cry, cry, cry. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Another ball hits the pole. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Return of the doink. Another ball hits the pole.
Hey, look, another example of a defense refusing to cover the tight end in a red zone situation. So you'll see the Dolphins tight end here. Watch this Chargers guy, for whatever reason, just reaches back and touches him. So, what was the point of that, reaching back and touching him? He's not going to cover him, but he did reach back and touch him, for whatever reason. So, this tight end is running scot-free in the end zone, just staring at the quarterback, waiting to get his easy cupcake touchdown. And you got this Chargers player right here not covering him, just staring at the quarterback. And you have this Chargers player also staring at the quarterback. Now, if this is zone defense, shouldn't this guy be considered in his zone? Shouldn't he get back there and cover him? Like, if this is his zone, he should be back here covering this dude who's wide open. But anyway, this guy pretends to take a swat at the ball even though he's horribly out of position to do so. Dolphins guy gets the easy cupcake touchdown because everyone just refused to cover him on this play. He barely even celebrates. So the star of this play is this Jaguars defensive back right here. He's going to be covering Jackson Smith-Njigba. Now check it out. He's hanging with Smith-Njigba stride for stride. Now he's going to start doing this weird arm wavy thing, and he's going to start running incorrectly. So he was running stride for stride with this receiver, but now he's going to start doing the arm wavy thing, let the receiver catch the ball, continue waving his arms around and running all funky. Bro, you're slowing down on purpose and running like a tard muffin. What are you doing? Have you ever seen those wacky, wild, inflatable tube guys that have the wacky, wavy arms?
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yeah, that's what this guy's doing. He's doing the wacky, wild, inflatable tube wavy arm dealy thingy. Tell me that that's not what he's doing. You can't tell me that he's not within reach. He's clearly within reach. So guys, why wouldn't he just jump on him before the ball gets there, commit a pass interference penalty? It would be better than doing nothing and waving your arms around and letting him score a touchdown, right? Literally committing a pass interference on purpose right here and getting the penalty is better than waving your arms around and letting him catch the ball and score. This is another example where these guys aren't even pretending to play football correctly. So out of all the interceptions that took place in Week 6, Mac Jones is the one who gets the phony baloney rigoroni award for throwing the most ridiculous scripted pick. So on this play, the dude has 3 players open for a first down. And this is a 4th down. 4th down and 5, right? So you have to have this first down, otherwise you're going to lose this game, basically. And he's got a man right here, 1, a man right here, 2, and a man right here, 3. 3 wide open guys to choose from. And he chooses not to throw it to any of those 3 guys. And then instead, he throws it to the guy who's double covered. Throws it to this dude who's double covered, and of course the ball gets picked off. Dude, that was a 4th down play, and you throw it to the guy who's double covered instead of the 3 wide open guys in front of the first down marker. Wow, pathetic. So the Niners can't lead the comeback. Bucs end up winning this game. Mac Jones, great job. All right, so this play features the worst purposely missed tackle of Week 6. There was a lot of purposely missed tackles, like there is in every game. But on this play, you're going to see these 2 Commanders defenders bump into each other on purpose. And then this first dude, all he's got to do is just push Swift out of bounds. So check it out. Swift's foot, less than a foot away from being out of bounds. All you got to do is just shove him out of bounds. You don't have to bring him down. You don't have to do hardly anything except just shove him out of bounds. Less than a foot away from being out of bounds already. Just give him a little shove. But instead, this Commanders guy starts sniffing his sweaty towel. Yep. You're going to go down there and sniff the sweat towel? I can't imagine anything else that you might be doing. Looks like he is either sniffing Swift's butt or sniffing his sweaty hand towel. You decide. and then he gets a good whiff and just lets go and falls down. And then this next guy doesn't even make a tackle attempt. Just gives up on the play. And Swift takes it in for the easy cupcake touchdown. The NFL really messed up when they showed this replay from this angle, because this angle shows all the rigoroni. Like this defensive lineman right here has a clear shot at Bijan Robinson, right? Check out this defensive lineman. He can see Bijan right there, and he doesn't go for a tackle attempt. Instead, he watches him run by, and then he goes over and engages with this offensive lineman over here. Like, dude, you just watched him run right by you. What are you doing over there? And now look, he's looking the opposite way of the ball carrier. Like, bro, you should be trying to chase that guy down. Just in case the ball comes loose and he fumbles or something. You should be trying to run him down. So check it out. He's still looking the opposite direction of the ball carrier, who he watched run right by him. So it's as if this guy doesn't even know what he's doing out there on the field. He doesn't even know how to play correct pretend football. He doesn't even know how to fake it. Look at him. Like, what could you possibly be looking at, bro? Like, what are you guys doing? You should all be chasing after this guy. So he runs right by this Bills defender. Now watch number 24. This is really ridiculous. Look how close Robinson is to being out of bounds. So number 24 doesn't even need to make an actual tackle attempt. All he has to do is just shove him. Just shove him out of bounds. Bijan is less than a foot away from being out of bounds. And look, he's not going to shove him out of bounds. He's going to go down, grab him by the waist, let go, then try and grab his foot. Take a sniff of some of that sweet feet action. Oh! Gets kicked in the face for his troubles. Yeah, all you had to do was shove him out of bounds, but instead, look at you now. Looking like a fool. Rolling around on the ground. Comical. So, of course, Bijan takes this one all the way to the house. Falcons upset the Bills. And, of course, that brings us to the number one most scripted play of the week. And it has to be this play. You got the Eagles, the world champions, gonna get whooped by the Giants? Say it ain't so. Now check it out. Watch this defensive lineman right here. He's gonna take a swipe, but he's gonna make sure not to touch Jackson Dart. Whoop. So he takes this swipe, but purposely misses. Now the funny thing is, this lineman lets him go, and he's right there. He's right there staring at Jackson, right in his eyes. 300-pound lineman, all he's got to do is gobble up that quarterback for an easy sack. But watch what he does. He goes over and touches this offensive lineman's butt and his back. He was staring right at the quarterback, but instead decided to go over and touch this man on his backside. Why? Why are you over there touching that dude? That literally makes no sense. Did you forget what position you are playing? You're not even pretending to play football correctly, bro. At no point should you be over there touching that man's back and his butt like that. Now watch. Whoa! Now he turns around and starts going after the quarterback. Yeah, okay, that didn't look stupid at all. So Dart finds an open man. Right here, the defender, all he's got to do is wrap up and drive this man out of bounds. Right? All these guys were taught when they first started playing football. You wrap up the ball carrier and you drive him to the ground. So in this case, all he's got to do is just shove the dude out of bounds, right? But instead, he grabs onto his back, immediately lets go, and now look, he's staring at him, but instead of trying to chase him down, he's just going to go ahead and fall down on purpose. This stuff doesn't even remotely resemble a legitimate football game. Now let's see if this Eagles defender can make this tackle before he scores a touchdown. Nope, instead, he's going to jump on his back and ride him into the end zone. Good job! And there you have it, folks. Your number one most scripted play of the week. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed with the bell notifications turned on. And I will see all of you in the next video. Peace.